It's crummy beats, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Illa. Scout. I'm to blame for a lot of shit. Blood still spilling the street. Run the city like an athlete on daily repeat. Messy world, but I drink whiskey sourly neat. Punching niggas in the face with my feet in cold heat. Speak like a press release. Move around like a chess piece. Wolf elevating the beast. I'm dead serious. Whoever lived going deceased. Not tall, but I still got reach. Hear me out if I reach. I'ma put you to sleep. And pay attention in the ground, you will be 6 feet. That's social distance. I think stress is a mind prison. I make the best bad decisions with curvy women. Flow sick, but they don't show symptoms. I destroy rhythms. See, I poison, can poison venom. I could fight, but the bullets hit him. Get a knife and I cut the tension. And slice through all dimensions. Not to mention if you broke, pay attention. Look, close your eyes and you see the vision. You can pose in the right position and maybe get found missing. Life and death is the same difference. I mean what I say when I talk. Let's talk about it. I'm the nicest in New York. Let's talk about it. Illa walk through it. I don't walk around it. Get the cash till I can't count it. See, I mean what I say when I talk. Let's talk about it. I'm the nicest in New York. Let's talk about it. Illa walk through it. I don't walk around it. Get the cash till I can't count it. What happened to the clothes booster? Respect for the shooter. They all became gangsters on computers. Illa is the truest. I don't care about your sales or your viewers. My bars are like bullets from a Ruger, and my aim is to aim for you lackluster names and your fame. Forgetting out of line and your lane. I go inside veins like a needle with cocaine. The people's vaccine with the value of pain. Illa raps is like an hour of rain. I push power, not powder. Devour where the criminals reign. Got your wife going down like a drain. I drowned in the team. So watch me hang around like a chain. Got a glitch in my mind from that street life game. Old nigga getting young money just like Wayne. It's the picture than the painting, but it's never a frame. Niggas never knew the rules cause it's never explained. Other changing into being the same. Interchange with the same. Embody every self-proclaimed. Illa voices like Coltrane and caffeine stains. I'm critically acclaimed and to blame. Your boy Illa, I mean what I say when I talk. Let's talk about it. I'm the nicest in New York. Let's talk about it. Illa walk through it. I don't walk around it. Get the cash till I can't count it. See, I mean what I say when I talk. Let's talk about it. I'm the nicest in New York. Let's talk about it. Illa walk through it. I don't walk around it. Get the cash till I can't count it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what it is, man. Peace, power, peace in the mind's power. Find what you do that make you evil or divine. And it's always peace to the gods and war on the devil. This is GodVersations. I'm son of great GRA, the God correspondent. As you see my brothers on the screen, you know, and you see what we opened up with. Let's talk about it. Oh man. What's good, my brothers? What's happening with you? Pragmatic.
Peace, almighty. Let me get myself situated right here.
Knowledgebornallah. Science, knowledgeborn.
No, I'm good, man. There's a lot of things that's been going on. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to take a moment here on the Tupac Ascension Day. You see what I'm saying? Even though, you know, some folks say it ain't happened, you know, we just gonna honor the date, honor the space. You see what I'm saying? Fresh off of the Busy Bone and Barry White Day, you know what I'm saying? And then we rolling into Nas. We rolling into the Nas Day. You see what I'm saying? So we on Nas Day Eve. You know, the New York State of Mind tour is popping right now. It's percolating. You understand what I'm saying? The show going on right now in the bricks. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of hip hop things to be discussed. So we really can't talk hip hop without bringing in Medina scientists, okay? The Medina lyrical scientists. You see what I'm saying? He's a lot to blame for a lot of shit. You understand? So we're gonna hear it from the man, the myth, the legend, the nicest in New York City. Okay.
Talk about it.
Nicest in New York State. You understand what I'm saying? The nicest in two boroughs at the same damn time. You understand? So let's bring back on the man, the myth, the legend, our brother. You know what I'm saying? We can only break this glass once again. You see what I'm saying? So we breaking this Illa glass right now. You see what I'm saying? So let's put our gas masks on together and welcome in our legendary lyrical scientist. He's smacking holes and eating bacon in the building. Illa motherfucking G.
Smacking holes and eating bacon.
That's right, slap these hoes and eat bacon. I don't hold on. Let me get this camera right, because y'all camera's looking all straight. My shit look all fucked up. We gotta get it right. I can't be the oddball in the game. There you go. Can't be the oddball. All right, let's get it cracking here.
There it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's talk about it.
Something great. I'm gonna hand it off to you. Check next. I'm gonna follow up after y'all. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah, okay. So, man, let's just talk about it real quick. For the people who don't know, how long you been doing what you do with the rhyme?
I've actually been rhyming since about 9 years old, but I didn't take hip hop serious until I came home.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I ain't take it serious until I came home.
Right. So when you say you taking it serious, that means you sat down, you said, I'm gonna really put some time and energy into the craft, and I really want to do something with this.
Right. Because before, I chose the street before. I used to write rhymes while I was doing shit, but I chose the wrong route. You know, I was trying to do two things at once, and that's that's not the space for that.
I feel you. The story is nowhere near over. It looked like it's getting started, right? So everything that you did up until this point in time, you know what I'm saying, is part of that story to even give you the fuel you need to push you even further. That's what I see, because the life that I hear in the rhymes, which I love, you know what I mean? First of all, I love the rawness. I love the lyrical dexterity. I love the fact that I got to think about something, what you saying, you know what I'm saying? I love that part. I love the fact that you're breaking the glass ceiling on the age aspect, you know what I'm saying, and bringing quality lyrics forward in the game, and you ain't going nowhere. Now, how many projects have you put out there? When I say projects, I mean your mixtapes, your albums, your EPs. How many projects you got out there?
I think like 12 or 13. I think this will probably be my 13th. As far as projects, if you count the mixtapes, it'd probably be like 18.
Okay. So there was multiple years that I could tell that you was putting out, or you was involved in at least 2 projects, maybe 3 at a particular time, whether that's a mixtape or an EP or whatever.
Yeah.
Correct. So that's a lot of work, God. That's a lot of work.
I mean, I was just, I don't know, but like I like to rhyme, and I'm constantly learning. I'm still learning, man. I'm still, despite what anybody say, I'm still learning. I'm still figuring out things that I want to say. You know, I'm at the point now, just like now, I'm at the point where I'm speaking on topics now, and just, it makes me, it's therapy, because I can speak on topics a lot of time. If you ever notice, from the time basically when I first came home, I wouldn't talk about street shit really, or I did, but it would go over a lot of people's heads, a lot of street shit I said, and it's just like, you know what, I never wanted to talk about it, because I don't think you should speak on stuff like that.
Right.
And so, but now, so I just kept it lyrical. I would do topics here and there, but I just kept it all, lyrical shit. And then, now it's just like, you know what? Let me get into more of these topics. And, so I combine the two of topics with being lyrical at the same time.
Right.
So I think everybody was super, super enjoy. I can't wait to explain. I can't wait to people to hear Denim Malt Liquor, because it's like the whole project is the whole project is topics about topics that I feel close to. And, people need to understand it, that, I don't know if they believe me or not or whatever,
Right.
but they need to understand I come from a different perspective of street life. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
While, everybody grew up in a hustle neighborhood, I grew up in a shooter's neighborhood, and it's different for me.
Right.
It's
Right.
really different. So that's my, I'm speaking my truth story or whatever. And, it's just, I can't wait to explain it. I can't wait. October 14th, Denim Malt Liquor. I can't wait to everybody to hear this.
Yo, man, I love it.
Listening party gonna do the Knowledge Radio one of them days after. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, the listening party is going to be on the 14th in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Say that.
One of the virtual listening parties, you know what I'm saying? Out of many. Okay. We in the building some kind of way.
Gotta come through in the Ujama on Wednesday, man. You know what I'm saying?
One of these days. One of these days.
So I'm a visual person. I love sign symbols, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the logo. Break that up for me and build on the logo, God. Build on the logo.
Right.
I love that too.
I call myself the incredible mathematics of rap. Math being the exact science. So the atom represents the science, and the gas mask is for the lyrical content. It's so deadly, you need a mask to cover yourself. So it's just science, math. That's it. The deadly lyrical science.
Yeah. So I seen it, but I loved you. You said you want to explain things. Oh, you like to explain things? Good. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get it. I ain't gonna take up. I got one more question for right now before it come back over to me. Give us some of the people that you've worked with throughout the years, so people know. We know, but for the people who don't know, so they understand who they talking to.
Mobb Deep, Sean Price. After that is Fame, Steel from Smith & Wesson, Method Man, Beat Nuts. Well, yeah, Juju from the Beat Nuts, Tragedy, Royal Flush, Fredro. Alchemist, Havoc. Well, that's part of Mobb Deep. Yeah.
Listen.
Knots.
Okay. The pedigree of the quality of not just lyric, but real people shit, real street peoples, you know what I'm saying, that you in the lines with, you know what I'm saying, is in high regards. You know what I'm saying? So for the people paying attention right now, watching it right now, and gonna come back and see this later on, you know what I'm saying, you talking to somebody who's more than qualified to get not just your respect, but your dollar, your time, your energy. Pay attention, y'all. Because when you leave, you're gonna know more than you did before you got there. And you're gonna be like pleasantly surprised, not even surprised, pleasantly in this day and time, pleasantly surprised. But you're gonna listen to what you need to hear, and you're gonna leave with what you need to get. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically and intelligent wise. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm passing it on to Che. I got other things, but I'll take up the whole show. So go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, peace, Illa Ghee.
Peace.
Oh man, he actually kind of pretty much got into my first question. I know that you affiliated with a slew of artists, man. I'm very familiar with their work. I first got up on you on Murder. Was it the Murder Music album?
No, it was Hell on Earth.
It was Hell on Earth?
Hell on Earth, yeah.
Hell on Earth.
I could never forget that because after the day I did my verse for Hell on Earth, I got locked up the next day. So
okay. It was Hell on Earth. It was Hell on Earth. And then, you know, I remember you had one of the standout moments on the Alchemist album with the faux every time. You know, that's actually part of the workout. That's on the workout playlist right there.
Yeah.
For sure, you know, and even last year, I know you had dropped the project. What was it? The Hercules.
Vocabulary Hercules.
Vocabulary Hercules. Yeah, I mean, and they had the God soap. Was that it?
Gold soap.
Gold soap. Pardon me. That shit right there was smooth. The production, you know, I definitely followed your work. I see the comedic stuff you got on IG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Should we be expecting more of that from you?
What? Which one? Music or
the comedic?
From you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do it. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's something to do. A lot of people act like they're shocked that I would do some comedy shit. But if you know, people that knew me, they know like I joke around or whatever, so on and so forth. But it's like, you know, you got to know me to joke around. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I just joke around with random motherfuckers or anything like that. No, we're not going to do that. But, you know, something like that, yeah. Who doesn't like comedy? Who doesn't like to see funny shit sometimes? Like, it's funny.
No, indeed. I definitely get a kick out of it. When I seen it, it was such a contrast for me from the music. You understand what I'm saying? To seeing the personality translate like that. On the Instagram like that. Now you were affiliated with two legends who are no longer with us.
Right.
And your name is like, I hear your name a lot when I hear these brothers mentioned. And that's of course Prodigy, one of my favorite artists ever, as well as Sean Price. Two legends. What was your relationship like with these artists?
Pretty much they was my brothers. If you want, you know, saying anything, they was my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like we both had a friendly competition with each other. We both like, you know, pushed each other to, you know, to sound different and to sound better, to be, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, you know, we gotta be the best people possible. So where everybody was going, you know, right, we turned left. So that's why, you know, a lot of things y'all pick now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is moving towards the Griselda sound. So I want to go the opposite way. I don't want to go the same way.
But in all fairness, though, y'all kind of like birthed that Griselda sound in a sense, or at least a part of it. Like Griselda is like a hybrid of like the Mobb Deep, the Locks, and the Wu-Tang sound.
Yeah.
And that grimy Brooklyn. And I mean, I know you weren't an actual member, but I know that you was affiliated. So when I say that sound, I know that listening to even the music that you put out, especially the work with Alchemist, was in that same vein.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know,
yeah, like I said, like I can't wait for everybody to hear Denim Malt Liquor. I can't wait to explain one song in particular. I just can't wait to explain because I know people not going to get it, but I love it. Like, fuck it. That's
right. You got the video coming for it?
Well, I'm not going to do a video for it because I know nobody's going to get it. I might. I don't know. I might do it. It's called Umbra, right? The song that I really, like, I'm going to really have to break down to people is called Umbra. So Umbra is just a synonym for shadow. So it's about, you know, I really like being, people don't get it. You know, I'm only in the limelight because, you know, well, the somewhat limelight is because of the, you know, the music shit. But I'm really a person, you know, street dude from my heart. And street dude, you know, you want to be in the shadows. So, you know, I like staying in the shadows as much as I could. So it's the whole song is a metaphor for about being in the shadows.
Now, and this is on the new project dropping in October.
Yeah, October 14th, Denim Malt Liquor.
Denim Malt Liquor.
Right. Come on, man. Come on, explain that to me. Explain that. You mean I don't mean to, but I need to hear the explanation of that.
The denim is the the glamour side. Like when you put out a project, the denim is, the cover of the project.
Right.
You gotta, dress it up and put it in people's faces. And we all know malt liquor is the part that is, it's toxic. It gets you, it gets you drunk or whatever. So therefore, it's just like, let's get past all that pretty shit and let's get to what gets you intoxicated, the malt liquor. So the lyrics is the malt liquor. So it's the denim malt liquor.
Gotcha.
Now, I just wanted to ask you one more question. You mentioned, it was mentioned a lot of the artists that you were affiliated with, but I also heard you mention, I also remember Prodigy name dropping you when he was beefing with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a history with Jay-Z as well?
Nah, he's in the era. He's in the era before me.
Okay.
And I know a lot, but that's just hood.
Well, I wasn't really trying to get into necessarily what Prodigy was alluding at. I was just saying, we mentioned all these other artists that you have relationships with. Did you also have a relationship with Jay-Z as well, or you just knew him from around the way?
Nah, I didn't. He was in the era, like I said, he was in the streetwise. He was in the street era of guys before me.
Copy.
Hey, I'm gonna jump in if you don't jump on that, man.
No. I'm good. I'm just making sure you good. Che, you good, Che? Because when I go to this subject right here, I'm gonna have to do it in reverse order. So you're just gonna have to hold it, write it down, or whatever. You understand? You have to hold it. Got to go in reverse order because Che being nice right now. A New York minute. Before I get to the New York minute, how much fun are you having right now? You understand? Like this right view, this reinvention. You see what I'm saying? Like the space and the latitude. I got a couple of questions in there, but I'm gonna ask them all as one question. How much fun are you having right now? That's one. And then two, as far as you growing as an artist, do we give enough latitude? Y'all know we discussed this before. Do we give artists enough latitude to grow with them creatively? So if they want to take a chance, if they want to reinvent themselves, whatever, are you in that space? And do you think as fans we give enough credence to that?
Well, some people hold on. A lot of people will grow with you if they see how you're growing. And I'm totally enjoying myself right now. Definitely, because you gotta constantly still learn and still want to, create space of how you want to dictate things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took me a while to find the space of wanting to speak on topics of my truth without, putting people in the line of shit, you know what I'm saying? So, all that other shit. So it's a lot of topics that like a bottom line, I'm enjoying myself from just, whatever intrigued me, whatever is interesting to me, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I have an insight on it and I feel I can tell the story that way, I'll definitely do it.
Perfect segue to story. The Wire is 20 years old now. So now there's a litmus test in regards to authenticity from the mainstream. And when I look at New York Minute, season 1, season 2, I see everything else that all of these other shows that purport to report on and tell stories about, seeking to mimic but not really capturing it. So just thinking about this time span and then thinking about New York, 20 years, I think we go back to 2001. You see what I'm saying? So from 2002 to now, you look at your travels, you look at the elevations of the game and the elevation of the streets. How much of that went into your incorporation for these two masterful joints that we got from you called the New York Minute?
Well, New York Minute is loosely based off me. Deuce is basically about me. Um, when I first came home from jail, I had a few friends that, was looking for me to get back into the streets and do all that other shit. And, some of them was really hurt that I didn't go back to that. So I used that aspect. And then, because at the same time, while I was away behind the wall, I learned that it was a trap. Like pretty much, yeah, this is how they trap individuals that don't know better, that, they don't give you, things are not proper in our hood. We don't know anything. A lot of people is just fighting to survive. And, you just want to, you want to help your household by any means necessary. And that's what they left us with. And, if you're not lucky enough, if you're not careful, you can, they get a lot of the warriors trapped behind the wall, and a lot of them don't make it. They don't make it home, or they don't make it home, and they lost about 25. They gave about 25 years of free labor, or very low wage labor, for this thing. So I use that aspect of it to put into Deuce, to want to help his friends to come home and be like, look, this is enough. We need to change. But to throw the as far as writing wise, to fuck everything up, I made him before he was incarcerated. I made him a piece of shit. So therefore, everybody that deals with him don't believe he changed. And he has to pretty much try to prove and straighten things out. Then you got, the rest of the characters. Simone is looking for love. Trav has a family secret. Frizz wants to be a millionaire, has no clue how to do it. And Moss is trying to connect with his family. So those aspects, those are the 5 different people in the for things too. It's just 5 different stories, but they're friends. They all live where they're from these 2 specific buildings in, some of the houses, and they're friends. They all know each other, but they have their own lives, and they're trying to, things can happen. Things happen fast in the New York Minute. So
I'm gonna play the promo real quick. Get Che together. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said I gotta go back in the circle. You see what I'm saying? Because this is our cinematographer. This is the video. He got the sight beyond sight. You understand what I'm saying? So I gotta circle it back around to the motivational vocal expressionist over there. He called himself an artist earlier. I don't know why he said that shit, but you understand.
Oh, he called himself an artist earlier?
Yeah. Write that shit down, because you understand what I'm saying.
Today the 13th?
Yeah. Man. Let's get this
does it, ready to die, pocket section.
Right.
And he called himself an artist.
Everything I learned in prison helped me become free mentally. I figured I'll do the same thing when I get home. Life is about change. I actually thought leaving the streets and changing my life would be easy, but as you all know, that's not true.
Yeah. I seen y'all looking. Y'all was looking like, okay. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. He's stunning on us a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? But a little bit at the same time. These aspects of infusing, just think about it with me for a second. They're using your art form to sell everything and don't want to pay you for it. They're using your art form, and they're using our way of growing up. You see what I'm saying? Our way of growing up to sell everything, and they don't want to pay you for it. And if they want to pay you for it, they want to pay you as little as possible. You see what I'm saying? So I'm working through it. You know what I mean? Like Chase said, today is Easy Does It came out in '87 today. Ready to Die came out 26 years ago today. You see what I'm saying? Tupac's Ascension, 2 years later. And everything that's going on in hip hop, plus everything that's going on in the streets, all of these stories are being raped and pillaged, repackaged, and sold. And then, even the things that we know, by the time they put them out visually, it's a whole nother thing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I need your perspective on the rewrites, the unauthorized remixes that's happening right now to some of the stuff that's going on top of everything else. Just looking at the landscape real quick.
I mean, as far as the stories, like, when you study it about stories, they tell you to write what you know. But you still need to know the rules of writing, of how to write, to make the story interesting. Because there is a formula to make these stories interesting. And once you follow that formula, that's why when you see things on, you always see it's based on a true story. Because if they told the actual story, it's boring. So there's a formula to make it exciting for things to lead up. Or they take certain sections and they build around what happened to give you a story to lead up to certain incidents what happened. And it's definitely a formula of that. Now, as far as that, you creative, I mean, of course, when you're unknown, they're going to try to pay you less. But once you create enough buzz on it, and people that look like us have to support it. You know what I'm saying? Like you something you like, you have to share it with your friend. You have to, hey, you like TV shows or whatever. Hey, my dude got this, watch New York Minute. Leave a comment. That's all it's not like you're paying for it. All you have to do is leave a comment. Once you leave a comment, it makes the algorithm play it for more people. So leave a comment. You like it, leave a comment. Tell somebody else about it. And to the point where it gets to the point where, someone could sell it or move it on to a different topic, and that way they can move and do what they need to do. Even music the same way, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, they complain, this person did this, but you don't want to buy it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come to the shows, but yet, I understand everybody got bills, but then, you buy $300 pair of sneakers, but your favorite artist, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? The person you can't give up $10 or whatever of that because it's so much less. You got to deal with streams and everything. So, which plus inflation of everything is like, things are going up. Everything goes up. So, what I'm saying? That people frivolously spend things on whatever it is. So, why not? Why not help with that? That helps me create another project. That helps me create another thing to keep it going. I'm not out here buying like have that chain shit. We did all that. I did all that. I was a fucking teenager.
Right.
I don't need a fucking Corvette. I want to put stuff out. I want to do more things. I want to do more shows. So that's why, it's just like, I got something to say. These are things that I want to say. These are things I want to, I know for the fact, I know what type of TV shows I like to watch. I like TV shows that got bullshit in it.
where Tommy is sleeping with Lisa, and Lisa don't know Lisa got a baby by Jeff, and they don't, I like that shit. So that's what type of shit I created. Once you give everybody, you got to give your characters goals. If you give them goals, then, people ride with them. Because I've got ran down on the street about New York Minute. Like, people run down on me like these people, like these are real fucking people.
Right. It is in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You touching their life. As you talking and as I'm watching, I don't mean to jump in. I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Let's check do his thing right here. This is Che's lane. Let's check get the lane. You got the lane right after check.
I'll hold that thought.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Check, man.
You got a part of me. I was having actual technical difficulties. Now with the writing process. No, actually with the directing process. So you're doing, how many episodes would you put for would a season be consist
10.
of?
10.
So, see, here we go, man. I'm having this issue with my mic. So you have 10 episodes. Are you able to direct all 10?
Yeah.
See, that's
you got to learn how to talk with the camera too. So season 1, I basically really had no clue what the fuck I was doing. So, so it's a few things I learned, a few things I studied. But then season 2, I learned how to speak with the camera, and I learned what certain shots meant. So, certain shots mean something. And once you get the gist of that, it's easy as shit. And, another thing that I take pride in is something called blocking. And that's making the people move to tell the story with the camera. It may look like a certain thing of how people are, everything means something. How characters are positioned, how characters move and talk with each other and everything. So everything means something. So I know the fans probably don't get it, but somebody who really likes filming, if they gotta look at season 2 and be like, oh, he grew a lot. Like, he really know what the fuck he doing.
Yeah, my mic is, I don't know if y'all hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You was mentioning the shot, setting up your shots and all of that. You went to now, because that's what I do. I'm a videographer, and what you just said was really key about the camera movement and actually helping it tell the story, POVs, the depth of perception shots. All of that helps with expressions, close-ups, things like that. Like right now, I'm editing a project and they didn't have any POV shots, and I'm looking at it like, how you telling the story? You're not getting no expression. So the fact that you understand all of that, what got you into filmmaking like that?
Well, remember, I went to an art school, and when the thing caught on about doing web series, even though I just like, fuck it, why not try it? I know I can do better than that. Yeah, I'm a hell of a shit talker, so I was just like, I can do better than that. When Money Violence caught on, so I was just like, I can do better than that. So I'm one of the people, you can't talk shit and not do it. So I just did it, and plus when I was locked up, I read a book about how to write characters. So I was like, okay, that sounds like something. And then when that happened, I was just like, all right, let me do it. Let me tell my story. Let me tell the story about this. And, I wish I would have learned something else, but I learned now. So the next time when I do another situation, I know how to make it better. But yeah, like that, I learned the 13 mistakes beginning filmmakers make. And, you just got to go from there. Like, you try to get better as you can. And, my brother actually had to tell me, yo, chill out. Because I used to have a problem with hearing the air with the microphone. And he was like, you calm down, nigga. You ain't got the same shit they got on TV. Like, you got to be patient. Like, what I'm saying? Learn how to fix it and whatever. So, but yeah, as long as with the story, as long as you have a strong story, and like I said, characters, you got to give your characters goals. And, when you get to film it, you understand what each shot meant. You know what I'm saying? From the conversation, you look and you plan your shots. If you plan your shots, you know how to shoot it. You know what it is. Especially, I'm the writer and the director on it. So, you know, I know how it should look by, you know, looking into it more. I know this should be a close up. I know this should be a medium close. I know this should be a wide shot. You know what I'm saying? I know, and then when you do the blocking for it, I know he should move here to show that, you know, these two are friends. And then, okay, when you get to this point, you move over here to show that you're not friends anymore, that there's confrontation. So, you know, you get all that shit and then bam. And that's how you slap holes and eat bacon. And yeah, everybody to understand what it
is. Yeah.
If only you was around the direct, well, not to say around, but if only you directed the Murder Music. I was watching that the other day.
I was locked up for that. He did.
If you would have directed that, different what you were saying, because that movie lacked everything you just said.
Yeah, I know.
Great story though. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a cool story, but it could have been stronger. It could have been strong, like knowing what I know now and knowing what everything mean. It could have been, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but they just put it out. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, you could see the difference in State Property 2 from State Property 1. You know someone who really wrote State Property 2 because they gave you the scenario of where everything started from, rather than just jump into it and people are just drug dealers with white T-shirts on.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You looking to do any 4-month features? Yeah. I'm actually working on something now. Well, not filming wise, but I'm writing something called 80-20. And it's about a drama about relationships. Because in a relationship, you're only going to get 80% of what you need. And a lot of people fuck up the 80% trying to get the 20% they're going to get. Okay, yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like New York Minute is cool, but you know, I take pride in the fact that I can keep people engaged in New York Minute without that much violence. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have violence for the sake of violence, because then it doesn't feel special. But if it builds up to the point where, oh shit, you know, Knowledge Born is about to get it popping with Son, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I can't wait now. And it's just not, you know, it's just not, hey, you gotta, I don't like your sneakers, nigga. Bang, 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 bang. You know, it's just nothing, you know what I'm saying? Everything, let it build up, that, you know, get caught up into the story. So
yeah.
Matt, I heard you mention how you're the writer and the director, so you can see it. It's like me when it's my project, or even just when I'm shooting it. I know I'm looking in the editing room already, so I'm actually I'm shooting it, looking at how I'm gonna edit it myself. Now, do you do the editing, or you sit with the editing? So you do the editing.
I do the edit.
So
I do the edit.
Direct and edit.
Yeah.
And I write it. And you write.
And I wrote it. Yeah.
You do the screenplay? I mean,
yeah.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah, you definitely building off of your life experience, all that coming through. I mean, on shows that I'm on, I don't give out flowers. Flowers for the dead, machetes for the living. We at war. So, this is for me is a time to make sure that you know you got a truckload worth of machetes for your skill, your talent, that the aspect of you putting it out there. And I'm a movie guy. I'm the fan guy, but I'm also the guy who see the other thing. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't go behind the camera and make it happen. That's not me. But you know what I'm saying? When it's happening, I'm the dude who gets to explain to the people who missed it what you just missed. You know what I'm saying? So and I love to see the growth from season 1 to season 2 and in shows, and you mean the next season, okay, let me see what you did. Because if the story's good, then the crowd should grow. You know what I mean? And having your hand in and on the entire project, you know what I'm saying, it's got to feel great, grand, and glorious when you have that, you know what I mean, that response from the people. And what I like about what you're doing is I like writing just music, right? You know what I'm saying? I like all kind of music, but I only do writing just music, right? So and me saying that, a lot of people think that it's almost like gospel music, you know what I'm saying? Like or roots and culture music, you know what I'm saying? These roots and culture cats, they gangster, but they know they telling you something. You know what I mean? Anybody can tell you something. You know what I mean? Are you here to listen? Or are you just here to be entertained? And so you're giving them the entertainment while you're telling them, you know what I mean? Everything that I did before this ain't the way to go. And a lot of times you'll see movies or you'll see stories where they just fall off the path. And that's just it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To keep it.
A movie ain't fucking easy.
Nah.
A movie is not fucking easy. That's for years, that was my fear. I was like, I don't want my shit to be corny. Like I gotta, I talk so much shit, like it gotta be perfect. Like I can't fuck this up. But I'm like, and then I had to tell myself, was like, yo, if you got the heart to do, the shit you did in the street, you got the heart to do this. Figure it out, learn it.
Exactly.
Yo, Che, do you look at old movies now and see if you see after you learn about something? I watch all my favorite movies again after learning camera angles and what they mean, and the story is totally like, oh, I get it, I see it. Like I was watching Godfather Part 2 today, and the part when Michael, was talking to Fredo in the crib, and just the fact that Fredo was standing up, Michael is standing up, and Fredo is laying in the chair back. That symbolizes so much power Michael have and how Fredo feels, and unless you into it, you won't get it. You just know, like, oh, Fredo is a bitch ass nigga that fucked up.
But you feel it though from you end up feeling it from the emotions and you view it and you feel those emotions, not even realizing what they was portraying just off of that right there.
Right. Because that symbolism of Mike standing up and Fredo practically laying down in a chair meant so much. And then Michael went even darker when he left the room and he went to talk to Leary, and it's super dark in the room, and he was like, yo, I don't want nothing to happen to him while my mother's alive. So that is another explanation of how dark Michael is. Like, this shit is fucking awesome now. Like, you know how many times I rewatched Scarface and all that other shit and just looked at it and was like, oh, that's what that means. Now it makes sense. It makes totally sense.
Look at the build-up in the scenes, though. Look at the build-up in the scene. Pardon me, Che, what I was saying, because I want you to tap right back in where you at. Look at the build-up in the scene. He's there with his sister. He showed the difference between him and his brother, Sonny. You see what I'm saying? Like, he showed the difference. He's like, oh, you about to take you out of here, blah, blah, blah. Kills the motherfucker in the car. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and then moves the sister in the house. She knows what happened, but she can't do nothing. The wife got an inkling about who he is. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then to fast forward into the scene, he's like, I'm your older brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's like, I'm your older brother. You got to wear that. You're completely immobilized with fear that your little brother, and you're out of here. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do about it. Your little brother, the last one that had anything to do with anything, he's the most calculated motherfucker on the joint, and you know what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, pardon me, Chad. I just wanted to add the element right there.
Indeed. But what I was gonna say is, like, for me, what it was because I was in high school when I started really learning about, because I had a course that I took, and we had like a little TV program, and I ended up taking that shit over, and I learned everything during that time period. And like you said, like, I watched movies completely different ever since. Like, I don't even watch it the same way everyone watches it. You know, I'm looking at.
Yeah, my brother kicked me out the room. My brother kicks me out the room now because I'd be like, "Oh, there goes so and so." He'd be like, "You gotta go." He'd be like, "You fucked the whole movie." Like, yeah, you don't even look at it from a normal eye no more. He'd be like, "Yeah, you can." I'd be like, "Oh,
You
yeah."
can't,
Like, oh,
but it's not possible. It's not possible. And then I started looking at directors. Like I was noticing the films you named, they all have directors who have unique styles, like Brian De Palma with Scarface, and what's this what's the Italian boy name? Not Puzo. He wrote the story, but you know what I'm talking about, who did the directing for the Godfather trilogy. But these are directors who have unique styles, and you know, you start to look and see what they're able to portray in just the shots and the angles, and like you said,
And do you know they all hung out with each other? They all hung out with each other. De Palma, Scorsese, what's it like? It was like 10 Lucas, like 10 of them. It was like 10 of them. They all hung out with each other. I tried that. Once I found that out, I tried hooking up with dudes I know that was filming before me and was like, yo, you know, we could use each other for information. Ain't nobody do shit. I was the only one trying to get everybody connected together. Nobody would do nothing. They didn't have the same enthusiasm I did for it. They called me now and be like, Illa, what? Yeah, Illa, they called me like, yo, Illa, this and that. I'm like, nigga, you was filming before me.
You know what? I'm gonna get your information. We gotta link up after all of this. We definitely gotta link up after this, brother. For real.
Got you.
Because I'm one of them brothers like you. I was always looking to find those group of people to link up and work with and do. Because there was even a time, if you know, like the story with the black directors, like I was talking to Knowledge earlier about see everybody. I'm losing everybody. I guess I need to put the blunt down for a minute. We had Ernest Dickinson and talking about Spike Lee, because a lot of people don't realize it was Ernest Dickinson who gave Spike that look that he is trademarked for in his early movies, like Do the Right Thing and Mo Better Blues and Jungle Fever. Like that was Ernest Dickinson doing the director of photography, putting the shots together. Then he went on to do Juice and gave it a whole nother look. You know, darkened it up, put it in a whole different world. So, you know, but they were hanging out. Like you had Mario Van Peebles and like all of them, they were all around each other, all working, you know, like you said, shit, Scorsese's mom was in Godfather 3 with a little cameo. You know what I'm saying? So what's the Lucas edited the end of Fourth Kind for Spielberg because he couldn't get it right. Like these, they was all working together. And that's, you know, we should have the same type of thing going on. So I'm gonna definitely link up with you after this is over, though, brother. For real, for real.
No doubt.
Son the Great been chopping at the bitch, man. Son, talk to us, son.
Yeah, I know Son the Great.
We got a couple of visuals over here. What you want to do, man? What you want to do, man? Talk to you on mute though. Hold on.
The microphone.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
I was saying you're such a well-rounded artist. You know what I'm saying? All this, so you have to take the time to appreciate what you're doing on all levels. You know what I'm saying? And this is the resident film person. I am a fan. I went to school for it, but only to critique it in the same fashion. You know what I'm saying? But not to create it. You know what I mean? So I just enjoy it, and I enjoy the story. I had a question that I had asked knowledgebornallah before, and he was like, "Yo, just ask him when you get on." So I'm gonna ask that question now before that one slips my mind and I forget to ask it. You've been around for a minute making music, and the way that you're making films and the way that you make music, you can see the similarities into it. So, have you ever got the opportunity to ghostwrite? Now, I ain't gonna ask you if you did. Who?
No, I mean. Nah, not really. It was a plan. I had two plans. We both, it's crazy how they both, so like me and Prodigy was so close and me and Sean was so close that we was going to do a song where I wrote for Sean and Sean wrote for me. and I was going to write for Prodigy, and Prodigy was going to write for me.
Right.
We would have did that.
Yeah.
I have no problem with ghostwriting for whoever needs it. If they fucking need it, holler at me.
They need it. You know what I'm saying? They need it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have my mindset has changed on that ghostwriting thing for, you know what I mean, from when I was younger to now, anyhow. But that's a whole different story, a whole different show. And when you come on my show, that comes on Wednesday nights, you know what I'm saying? You Jama, you know what I'm saying? Then we could do that, you know what I'm saying? Hard Correspondent Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Come check me out, 9-ish, you know what I'm saying? Plug, but the music that you're making now, is it part of a plan for the future? You know what I'm saying? Because you said you're growing. So where you were before, music wise, where you're at right now, you know what I'm saying? Do you see, is this the steps to get to where but we don't have any clue to?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Of course, definitely. Because if like I said, I think it's wonderful to touch on topics and still be lyrical or whatever at the same time. So, the first single is going to be illaghee.net. That's an SEO song, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, because I'm pushing my website. So I named the song illaghee.net. So you know about my website. It has to be put on there. Everybody sees it. It's going to be on there. Then you got Remember How. Remember How is Remember How is about telling dudes, slow the fuck down. Stop being so fast to go in the street and talk like you in the street. You know what I'm saying? And the main line that I say before the chorus is like, you niggas talking with a Scarface pride, but I need y'all to remember just how Scarface died. So that's what Remember How was about. And I told y'all earlier about Umbras, about being in the shadows. Then I got the Bad Apple, which is my version of New York, New York. You know what I'm saying? My version of a New York song, which I'm very happy of. And then, you have Fupa. Fupa is just basically saying, I'm over you pussies. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you get Fupa. Fat upper pussy area. I'm just over you pussy ass nigga.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
And then you got the Jex. You know what I'm saying? The Jex is about everything that happened in the projects. And I think the Jex is a very beautiful song. And, I can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait for people to hear it and go to, you know what I'm saying, and hear all these things. Go to music. What are you looking for? Those first two songs are free, by the way. All you have to do is download those. Just join. All you have to do is give up an email, and you can download those for free. That is the last project, Vocabulary Hercules. That's Fried Apple Juice. That's not free. And then you have Jesus and Better Drugs.
I like your usage of two words. You know what I'm saying? throughout your, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to watch the Steven Seagal movies, and I swear to God, this dude it's all the same 3 words, basically, you know what I mean? All the way through. But I like that, so I pay attention to things like that. Yes, sir. So touring, you're doing a whole bunch of things. Do you have time to tour? When are you touring? Where are you at?
Well, you gotta remember, I'm still an underground artist. Especially after COVID and everything.
Right.
It's, you just gotta fight. You just gotta fight and either do things on your own or you make the connections to deal with people. And, I have 2 shows coming up. September 18th in Brooklyn and September 19th in DC.
18th and 19th, Brooklyn.
Yeah. So what you see on the website, when I drop the project, what I'm gonna do is this, right? anybody who buys, you know, a T-shirt from my merch store, I will give them dinner malt liquor for free.
That's a deal, y'all. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I like that.
Since you said football, you know what I'm saying? We about to rock football right down just because we could do it. You understand what I'm saying? We'll rock this straight right now.
Talk that shit, grew up around Rugers. Lost sanity and the family of shooters. Die like an enemy or ride like an Uber. Remember your Jesus piece to bring all the Judas. My champ is like Zab Judah, doing drive-bys on a scooter. Millionaire life chooser, bruiser. Over you pussies like a Cooper. 5-star, 5-car, 5-broad chooser. Speech got the reach of a cell phone call. Make you fall like the Berlin Wall, and that's all. I'm the shit like a bathroom stall. My protocol is to bypass all y'all. Executive mode. In many ways, yeah, I still gotta live by the street code. Chase dollar bills while I'm letting the heat go. Me and 6 chicks gonna make it a freak show. So many guns and a lot of that street snow. Young black Fidel Castro. Stripes like a certain cat animal with animal mode. Gotta move on a different road. Never froze cause I'm laying in the scope and it's one eye closed. If I hate to see you win, they don't like that shit. Fuck if they don't like that shit. If a hater play you close, I'ma like that clip. Yeah, I'ma like that clip. If a hater see you win, they don't like that shit. Fuck if they don't like that shit. If a hater play you close, I'ma like that clip. Yeah, I'ma like that clip. When the sun sits outside, it's more than a threat. People use drugs just to forget. I'm a drug that you never regret. Stepping up like I'm taking the steps. Stepping wrong and you can step into death. From the soul like the words came from under the flesh. Unleashed till I'm under arrest. So say less. I can see the beads of sweat. Chain dancing on my neck. Architect with a triple effect. Every line made a nickel. Lines are nickel plated. I'm designed like a sickle. It should become missiles. Small ice crystals. Fighting with the right pistols. Excellence in the bare essentials. Well aware that I'm cocaine, visual scare. Pioneer with the money you fear. So beware like flow is murder or a fair fight. Get it with Shakespeare who never want to spare life. Well aware that I do not care. So be careful, kind when I'm killing careers. Well aware that I do not care. So be careful, kind when I'm killing careers. If a hater see you win, they don't like that shit. Fuck if they don't like that shit. If a hater play you close, I'ma like that clip. Yeah, I'ma like that clip. If a hater see you win, they don't like that shit. Fuck if they don't like that shit. If a hater play you close, I'ma like that clip. Yeah, I'ma like that clip. What?
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact. I love the fact, in the words of my brother, man, the godson, the great, that you got a hoodie on that look like a hoodie. That's not a hoodie. That's not a fucking, what they call it? What's the joint? A long john shirt with a hood on it, calling it a hoodie. The schmedium. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I'm getting a hoodie just off of the strength that you had it in the video. And I want that kind of hoodie. I don't want the hoodie that's gonna come to me and I'll be like, yeah, I can hold it up in all of the shows. You know what I'm saying? I got the Illa merch, but I can never put it on because I can't fit the motherfucker because it's not. It's a fitted. I don't need a fitted hoodie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need a fitted hoodie.
Work for fashionistas. Yeah.
They got slim hoodies out here.
Yeah, so music wise, tell us some of the producers, especially for that last track.
Fupa is who did Fupa? I can't remember right now. I think my boy Jules Polo. I can't check because I'm on the phone. So
Yeah.
I don't know where. Yeah, I think no. Marsden Russell, some guy from overseas. Marsden Russell did Fupa.
I like to change up in the track. You know what I'm saying? After the first verse, that you mean ooh, and then everything that you were saying lyric wise, like even the flow, the thing was boom. You was in pocket, so you wrote the shit, and everything was, you know what I mean? Damn, what did you say? Oh man,
When the sun sets outside, it's more than a threat. People use drugs just to forget. I'm a drug that you never regret. Stepping up like I'm taking the steps. Step wrong and you'll be stepping to death. From the soul like the words came from under the flesh. Unleashed till I'm under arrest, so say less. I can see the beads of sweat, chain dancing on my neck. Architect with a visual effect.
Yo, the picture is clear. I'm close. You know what I mean? It's like listening to the radio back in the day when there was no television. You know what I'm saying? And everything is being explained to you, and you see it. You right there with it. You walking with it. Your description is phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you give it to you give him raw lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And it's so witty, it's entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do entertaining ass things. You ain't gotta jump up and down, whatever. You do whatever you saying is already jumping up and down in the imagination of the listener.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Man. Nah, I appreciate it. Hey, I got to listen to it and enjoy it. I get to be the fan. You had to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think actually, I think a lot of stuff I say, I think it goes over a lot of people's heads, actually. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they really hear it, or, you know, like I said, I come from my neighborhood is different. You know, a lot of people, you know, they like to put in the things of saying, you know, of hustling and so on and so forth. I can't lie and say that was my neighborhood. It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't. So when I speak on these things and say things, you know, then, you know, you got so many people that try to do gun bars that it's just like, oh, they think it's you know, they just think it's a thing to do.
Right. They drown it out.
Yeah, so that's why I speak on the different things. That's why, you know, I like to say stuff like when the sun sets outside, it's more than a threat. Yeah, when it gets dark, it's more than a threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people use drugs just to forget. I'm a drug that I never regret. Stepping up like I'm taking the steps. You step wrong and you'll be stepping to death. From the soul like the words came from under the flesh. Unleashed till I'm under arrest. So stay less. I can see the beads of sweat. Chain dancing off my neck. Architect with a visual effect. Every line's made of nickel. 9 is nickel plated. I designed like a sickle. Issue become missiles. So instead of, you know what I'm saying, instead of just plainly saying, yeah, we have an issue, there's going to be missiles sent.
Yeah.
Issues become missiles.
Yo, the design like a sickle. That line, that was the line. That was the line that got me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the whole purpose of the sickle is to chop down the wheat. You know what I mean? It's harvest time, nigga. It's time. So you gave, and it's the double entendre, and it's the angel of death tool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using the tool. I love the double entendres and lyrics. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? I hear them. When I hear them, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, well, you really gonna love Dental Malt Liquor because they pissed me off, and I went on a whole extra thing with that.
Yeah.
Well, just like illag.net. Did I say it? illag.net? No. But what else? It's something I said on that. It's about damn. Hold on. Damn. What is it? My street rules kind of look like schools. I got principles. I'm convinced I'm invincible. accidental purpose, reach long with a short circuit, computerized verses, and the flow surges. Flashlights for the Google searches, throwing rocks when the cop searches, throwing fire at the ops workers. It's a lot throwing fire at the ops workers. Seen a lot from the roof of the jets. From a dream to the shots of the tech. It's a lot to accept, not a lot to expect. I'm an innocent suspect. Your life gets snatched if you suspect. Mama, you wet. How you leaking and we ain't even fuck yet? Back shots, verbally rough sex. Men of respect. Not a film, but I'm being direct. I don't say many action. Headshots, criminal aspirin. Rap like a stabber. Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. But my bad. I was trying to remember what the fuck.
I get it. I get it completely. Listen, it was already enough. It was enough. Like 8 bars ago, it was already enough. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to say no more.
Yeah. That shit was beautiful.
That's how it ended up to the same.
It's in my bad. It's in the first verse. It's in the my bad. I'm like seeds in the weed. I pop that. Niggas want beef like Outback. I shoot you where your mouth at. Whoever said they better, I doubt that. I'm known for the house attack. Living in the room where your couch at. See that people not gonna get that.
Living in the room where your couch at.
Yeah, I set it up with I'm known for the house attack.
Yeah.
Living in the room where your couch at. Word of mouth working like a man on his 9-5. Franchise player since 9-5. Verbal in hands, guns clap like a hand when they high five, and then getting low like high eyes. Illa's like war with a wise guy. I party in the middle of drive-bys. Operation Opposition Paralyzed. Size them up, seeing rappers with side eyes. Sidearm covering all sides. Oh, that sidearm covering all sides. Paralyzed. Covering all sides.
You know it's overload right now, right? You had overload because it was overload. It's already overload. Man, listen. The description is there. I mean, like I said, close your eyes. Listen, y'all gotta go get Denim Malt Liquor. Close your eyes. October 14th. Turn the lights out in the crib. Just sit down, light your shit up, get your drink, and listen. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, people they have forgotten that music is to listen to, not just to entertain, not just to distract you from what you're going through, but for you to be a part of it, for you to see the story, for you to hear it, for you to work your brain and think about what's being said. They just want to give it to them like it's easy, like, you know what I mean? They can do it with their thumbs, so it's easy now.
Yeah, I finally got it. This is the one. This is the strongest one. Sleep with the fact that I honestly shoot guys. Falsehood stands while I lay where the truth lies. That you can't tell. That's like a triple entendre and oxymoron, a double oxymoron.
Yeah.
Well, say that last part again for me, man.
Sleep with the fact that I honestly shoot guys. Falsehood stands while I lay where the truth lies. So you got sleep, and being honest.
Right.
Then the fact that, the falsehood, the lie, the falsehood stands.
Stands, exactly.
While I lay where the truth lies. The truth and lie and the falsehood.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, like you said, that's like a quadruple entendre right there. I was sitting there breaking it down to myself, like that's layered. I'm peeling it back. That was extremely layered right there, brother.
Yeah.
And it's the witness stand.
Yeah.
For somebody who say that they know. You see what I'm saying? They'll be like, no, I know. No, you don't know. You see what I'm saying? But that'll stand. You see what I'm saying? That falsehood will stand. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Man, the work is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate love at the time. You know what I'm saying? My time. There was like 2 other questions, But you know what I mean? I was holding on to them too long. It's all good. I'll save them for when you come on my show.
That's a fact. That's how you sell it. Yo, the themes for New York Minute before you go, because I know we done had you past an hour already. You know what I'm saying? The themes for the titles. You had that planned out, or how did these joints come to you? Because I'm racking my brain because I remember the season finale. How would you feel if I disappeared? You see what I'm saying? I remember that classic ass line from a movie. I just don't remember the movie. I just remember the response. You said,
I just like towards season 2, I started looking and noticing. I forgot where I got it from, but it was just like somewhere along the episode, take a main sentence and make that the episode. So it's just like, Deuce want to leave. Right. And, you know what I'm saying? Basically, Frizz, the character Frizz, shouts to Rim. The character Frizz feels like, yo, we started this together. We should finish it. So Frizz don't want to hear nothing about him leaving. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they don't want to listen and they don't want to hear him. So it's like, yo, how would y'all feel if I left? You know what I'm saying? How would you feel if I left? If I just left everything? So you get the controversy of how his friends feel. Trav is like, look, it is what it is. I want to see you do the best. Frizz is like, man, fuck that. You sound like a bitch right now because we started this shit together and we need to finish this shit together. And you still going to be a nigga. Wherever you go, Frizz had the mentality. Wherever you go, you still going to be a nigga. What can you do? You never had a job. What are you going to do?
Right. So the episode
So this is Blue Hill Avenue meets Sugar Hill in my mind. This is because this is where the shit.
Hill. Like,
right.
I know where you hold Sugar Hill.
Right.
And even Blue Hill Avenue, because we talked about that as well.
This intersectionality go from this line right here. You see what I'm saying? You ask this question, and then the response was, I find a motherfucker and take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
This is the response. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I find a motherfucker and take care of him. What, you going on a vacation? You going on a trip? You see what I'm saying? You looking at those characters again. That's a Blue Hill Avenue situation and a Sugar Hill situation. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? And the Jason's lyrics, whole situation with the brothers. You see what I'm saying? You talking about leaving. And as old as what? The Mac? or what was the joint? What was the joint? It was like Superfly. There we go. He's like, you talking about leaving the game? Fool, you better come on in. You understand what I'm saying?
Come
on
in.
That's saying intersectionality right there to where it's one that want to leave, one want to stay. You see what I'm saying?
You seeing it with Beverly.
Right. Much. They put all that together. You see what I'm saying? And I was always thinking about it all together.
I always like to put situations where, you have to look at both sides. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at both sides. You just can't look at one side of it. You know what I'm saying? How this person feel and how the response. It's like you can't get mad at either side. Like you got to see. I want people to pick a side every episode or every situation. I need them to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? Because people want to see it. Nah, that's fucked up. You did it. Just like everybody was like, oh, Simone should have, Simone cheated on Deuce. No, she didn't. Deuce was fucking locked up. His guy sentenced to 56 years. Nobody knew this nigga was coming home. He pulled off something amazing to get the shit back in court. And he had somebody to press niggas so they wouldn't come to court. And he wound up doing 8 years. No one knew he was coming home. So how the fuck, like they so attached to Deuce. Like they were just like, yo, nah, she's shitting on Deuce. That ain't made no sense. Right. No, that nigga was gone. Who the fuck knew he was going to make it home?
Right.
Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the love of her life. The only thing is she feels like he's been too much in the street. But that's the nigga who treated her the best. A street nigga.
Conflict is at the root of every story. Go ahead, tell me what you was about to say.
No, I was just when he had said it, I thought I'd make sure I heard correctly. He said you named the episodes after a quote from each episode.
Yeah.
Now, do you create the quote and put it in the episode, or do you watch the episode and then pull the quote that you feel like is
Yeah, I write the episode, and when it jumps out at me, I'll be like,
okay, there you go.
I write,
and it's in the writing process.
I have the outline where everybody has to go. And then, once you come up with that, you kind of like lead towards it, you know what I'm saying, to what basically what it's about, where it's going. Just like in season 1, there was a episode called The Moment I Feared, episode 5. And I actually got that from Slick Rick.
Right.
And so I made the episode about everybody's fear. Everybody had a fear that they were scared of. Trav was scared that his sisters would tell, that he would get locked up for what he did. Simone feared that Deuce and Vaughn would bump into each other. You know what I'm saying? That was her biggest fear. And Frizz felt, he feared that his girl and his homeboy would turn on him. So that was their biggest fears.
So in each episode, that you have a theme, and you base it on the theme based off of a quote. You take the quote and you keep it with a theme based off of that.
Right.
Now, you seem to talk like, I remember being in different writing workshops and all of that, and you talked about being in the art school and whatnot. With that being said, you speak real technical. Like, you have a real, you speak like an artist, but you speak, when I say technical, like brainstorming, like when you sit down to write, you talk about your character development and all that. Like, I even actually picture you like writing down your characters and then putting like a little summary behind the characters and whatnot before you even get to the story part. Oh, shit.
My bad, somebody called me. But yeah, you have to, because when you are technically, that shows God. Like, even though you never see him, you have to, the character, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think it's a real person. They first name, middle name, last name, who their mother is, who their father is, where they went to junior high school, where they went to high school, where they went to elementary school. Right. This helps with dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Conversation is what me and you have. But that helps with dialogue when you write things. So if you have his favorite color is green, his favorite food is macaroni and cheese, before you get to a topic of certain things, you could put where the connection comes from, where, you know what I'm saying, we're like, mac and cheese, this and this and this. So you're humanizing this person. You humanize them, and then whatever you need to get to, or whatever, if they're doing bad shit or whatever, just like you have to give them, even the bad guys. There's no one person that's going to be all. There's no one person that's all bad. There's no person that's all good. So you know what I'm saying. It's just that the the so-called bad guy or
the antagonist.
The antagonist. You know what I'm saying? You just got to give them a reason. You can't be mad at their reason of why they mad at, or they I get wrong with this person. But you have in some way, shape, or form. And then, the dialogue, you know what I'm saying? That if you give them things that makes it connected, and it just humanizes them all together. And it's it makes people be like, oh shit, I thought this nigga like macaroni and cheese like I do. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right on. I can dig it.
When you come up with a character, are you coming up with characters from people that you know, or are they coming? You're creating a brand new character, or are you intertwining both of those?
Well, it ain't even about people I know. It ain't about people I know. It's about you got to I try to give them good reasons of why they're here. who they connected to and why they connected to him. You know what I'm saying? For those that watch the show Piccolo, you know, they've done things with Piccolo. Piccolo is from the hood. But, you know, Piccolo's whole situation was that, you know, he was a terrible fucking gambler. A fucking terrible gambler. And that's where all this shit fucked up at. All he did was smoke weed and gamble. And that's where he fucked up. And he was, you know, his reason, he was upset that they took a jukes, you know, a jukes that he was trying to do. They took it down before him. So that was his beef. He couldn't take that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, fuck that. I got to get revenge. Other people may not see it like, oh, so what? He took down, but like I said, you can't get upset why the biggest beefs came from bullshit. Little small situations turn into the biggest beef. So, and when you have the antagonist, you cannot get upset why the antagonist is mad. You just make the connection. And that's it. Either they're going to fuck with him or the more they hate him, you win. The more they love him, you win. So.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. It's a fact.
You got any spin-offs? You got any
Nah.
You just want to leave it be?
I do got other ideas. And once I do those ideas, it's going to be, you know, it's a lot of movie things because New York Minute taught me a lot. Taught me a whole lot. So, you know, now that I know shit and it's going to be on the ideas in my mind. And, you know, shouts to bless my brother's soul, because one thing he told me was like, yo, if you don't have the budget for it, don't write it in there.
Yes. This is something that, as a writer and a filmmaker, whenever I write, I approach with that exact thing.
You do not have the budget for it. Do not write a helicopter scene.
Exactly.
Goddamn well, you cannot afford a helicopter.
You write aliens landing in the spaceships, and they're like, nah, you're trying to write Star Wars, brother. Yeah. You ever think about short films?
Yeah. I wanna. My goal is to put something in a Black Film Festival.
The film festival, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
You know my Instagram, right? Hit me on Instagram.
I follow you on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Just DM me on Instagram. We'll talk, because it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit we get it popping.
Absolutely. I'm right here in Jersey. I'm on the Philly side, but I'm out here.
Oh, okay. All
right. PA all day. I heard that.
So you said you got two shows, the 16th and the 18th, right? New York and
16th in Brooklyn, Cafe Erzul in Brooklyn, and on the 19th, what is that? Songbird in DC.
Might have to pull up to DC. DC closer.
You let me know. That's a couple hours. I'm there.
Monday Night Football. We might have to pull up, Che. We might have to pull up.
Yeah, say that.
I ain't bothering Sunday Great no more about. We already got California.
That's a hype.
We already got California. You understand what I'm saying?
I can't go nowhere.
I'm not fucking with it.
I can't go nowhere for a minute. You mean before and after? You was just at the Sean Price tribute.
Yeah.
Right. Give us a little feedback from your performance and just the energy and how that was.
I mean, there's always a good energy. It's just sad that, you know, we have to celebrate it that way, that he's not here. But it was always a good energy to see everybody, you know, do their performances and see people, you know, come through and fuck with us and, you know, talk to some folks and, you know, whatever it is, and shake hands and kiss babies. And
yeah. You know. Give us a moment though. Give us a memorable moment. I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there, but you know, this trip to California.
I mean, it's, you know, just the fact that you know, just being on stage, man, and you know, the video, just the feeling of it.
Yeah,
that's just the whole feeling of it. That's I can't give you a specific memorable moment, but
you had the beer. How's the beer taste?
Oh, me personally, the beer is disgusting. That is not my cup of tea. It is a stout, and I think stouts nasty as shit.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, when I seen it was a stout, I was like, it makes sense though. It makes sense. You mean for who it is, but man,
shout out to my man Donald too, who did the design for that. My man Donald Whoop.
1 degree of separation. Look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did the design for the joints.
So we got two possible collaborations on the screen right here. You see what I'm saying? We got the directors, and we got the scientists, and we got the motivational vocal expressionist. I'm not gonna call him an artist, even though he said I'm an artist earlier.
Can I build on that real quick so we can just dead this real quick? Listen.
No, you just got to wear that for the Illa Ghee show. That's your show for the day. You said you was an artist, and we wrote it down. You got it though.
I'm just not an MC. I'm a motivational expressionist.
Just spin the block with Ujima.
Yeah. We're gonna tell Positive K tomorrow that you're an artist also. So you gotta wear it for 2 days.
I gotta wear it for 2 days. All right.
Issues become missiles in this motherfucker. Thanks to Illa Ghee. You understand what I'm saying? Issues become missiles, right?
Coming with the sickle. Yeah, I feel you.
Wow.
No.
We stole an hour and a half of your time, man. You understand?
Definitely appreciated it too.
Appreciate the love,
definitely
as always.
It,
and we're gonna see if we can make that happen. Pull up to that DC show. Them Bammers out there in DC. You understand?
Bammers.
Them Bammers. See what's good. Final thoughts for the family. You know, whatever you want to share with us, a final word. A thought of the day, because I ain't seen that in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? And social media and all that jazz for people who want to collab and all that.
Illa Ghee 2K on Instagram. IllaGhee.net is the website. Illa Ghee on Facebook. If you don't fail while you're trying, you're not trying that hard enough. That's the word. You know what I'm saying? Like to fail is to learn. So never be afraid to fail.
Right. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. We out of here. We're gonna end it off with Bullet in the Bracelet, man.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
See? The meaning of this song here, it's like a gun and a jewelry. Check it out. I'm a normal nigga from the hood, just like everybody else, no doubt. And that's the way it is, I won't change, and that's how it's gonna be. And what? Flow of a migraine, chain of a drug dealer. True meaning of a real street thug, nigga. Nevertheless, I ain't thug. I just love the streets, miss the lifestyle. Don't be dumb. I'm not that nigga you could take something from. I'm not that one for extortion, but I am one that'll bust my gun. See if it's a game. Shame on the nigga who tries to rob Ella. Things gonna happen that will involve killers. Change the subject. I do need a range and a lot more checks. Man, fuck fame, wanna cop one jet. Illa is the name and I am the best. Need I say more? Flow too raw for y'all, you can't take it. Rap like criminal life inside Vegas. Yeah, I'm a hood nigga, keeping shit real basic. Walk around with a bullet in the bracelet. A real boss and you just gotta face it. So I stayed with a bullet in the bracelet. Love the hood but I just can't take it. So I stayed with a bullet in the bracelet. Some strong but a lot won't make it. So I stayed with a bullet in the bracelet. Know you niggas wired for sounds to tape this. Buying all y'all skirts so y'all can play bitches. Sleep on Illa Ghee, you might get the visit. Whenever I see beef, I chill with the biscuit. Push come to shove, I will push the button. Stop all this maniac frontin'. Everybody rich on TV but broke in the street. Fake hot fire MCs without no heat. I'm a bullet with a silent whisper, $1 million verse spitter. Have you off balance like a liquor, raw without filter, blood spiller. Many ways of a thug with a box is built. On the real, I'm hypnotic. Handguns, I will pop it. Radiant flow, well polished. Pick your side now, Illa is the path for bad guys. Front if you want and you will get baptized. Yeah, I'm a hood nigga, keeping shit real just gotta face it. So I stayed with a bullet and a bracelet. Love the hood, but I just can't take it. So I stayed with a bullet and a bracelet. Some strong, but a lot won't make it. So I stayed with a bullet and a bracelet. See, I'm a hood nigga, keeping shit real basic. Walk around with a bullet and a bracelet. A real boss and you just gotta face it. So I stayed with a bullet and a bracelet. Love the hood, but I just can't take it. So I stayed with a bullet and a bracelet. Some strong, but a lot won't make it. So I stayed with the bullet and the bracelet. See, it's that easy. Streets forever. Team Demo. Illa Ghee. Brooklyn, Murder Ave. Some of the projects. It's so simple. Ain't nothing gonna change. Just because I'm better than y'all don't mean shit changes. The world's still spinning the same way. Figure that one out.